It began as a quiet Sunday post. No flashy captions, no obvious clues, just a grainy behind-the-scenes photo of the Big Bang Theory cast, mid-laughter, likely between takes sometime in Season 7. The Instagram account? None other than Kevin Sussman's, the man who brought Stuart Bloom, everyone's favorite melancholy comic book store owner, to life. But something about that post felt different. Maybe it was the timing. Maybe it was the comment underneath that read, "Can't believe it's almost time to reopen the shop." Or maybe it was the eagle-eyed fans who noticed a tagged, yet quickly untagged, Johnny Galecki, Leonard Hofstadter, and an unfamiliar logo in the corner. Stuart, Universe Fail Protocol. What followed was a fan-fueled wildfire of speculation, and the question on every nostalgic viewer's mind. Could a major Big Bang Theory star be set to appear in the rumored spin-off, Stuart Fails to Save the Universe? A spin-off no one saw coming when CBS announced earlier this year that it had greenlit a Big Bang Theory spin-off centered around Stuart Bloom. Reactions ranged from shock to delight to amused skepticism. Of all the characters, why Stuart, was a common refrain on X, formerly Twitter. But according to Chuck Lorre's production team, that's exactly the point. Stuart was always a hidden gem, said showrunner Marta Kaufman, brought on for the spin-off to add a quirky new lens. He was the most grounded character, but also the saddest. What happens to someone like that in a post-Genius world? Enter Stuart Fails to Save the Universe, described by insiders as a sci-fi adjacent dramedy that mixes existential humor with interdimensional weirdness. Think Community meets The Umbrella Academy, with a touch of Clerks. Yes, it's that strange. The official logline: when a cosmic rift opens inside his failing comic book store, Stuart is tasked, reluctantly, with preventing the collapse of the multiverse by embracing the one thing he's always avoided: hope. That Instagram post, and the hints within, while Sussman's post has since been edited and the mysterious comment deleted, fans were quick to screenshot and speculate. Zooming in on the background of the photo, several noticed what appeared to be a whiteboard with scribbled names, and one, circled in red, stood out: Leonard. Is Johnny Galecki really returning? A source close to the production, speaking anonymously, hinted that Galecki had been spotted on the Burbank studio lot in June, during early filming stages of the spin-off's pilot episode. And while no official casting has been announced beyond Sussman and two new leads, comic actress Bella Lovell and indie darling Manny Jacinto, that hasn't stopped the rumor mill from spinning. Galecki himself has stayed quiet, but he did repost Sussman's image to his stories, adding only a cryptic cyclone emoji. For longtime fans, that's as good as confirmation. Why Leonard's return would be perfect. Leonard Hofstadter, the awkward, brilliant experimental physicist with a heart too big for his lab coat, served as a central pillar of the Big Bang Theory's 12-season run. His unlikely friendship with Sheldon, his relationship with Penny, and his unending tolerance for nerdy chaos made him a fan favorite. But post-finale, Leonard's storyline felt neatly concluded. He and Penny were expecting a child. They had moved to New Jersey. Sheldon won his Nobel. Life wrapped up in a surprisingly bow-tied fashion. So why bring Leonard back? Here's where things get juicy. According to leaked concept art, briefly posted to the CBS press portal before vanishing, the cosmic rift that appears in Stuart's store doesn't just threaten Earth, it threatens every universe, including alternate timelines where Leonard made very different choices. Leonard 2.0 might be more than a cameo. Sources suggest he could appear as a reluctant multiverse agent. Imagine a version of Leonard who never met Sheldon, never dated Penny, and instead pursued fringe physics at CERN until things got very weird. This opens the door for not just nostalgia, but genuine character reinvention. Could more TBBT stars follow? If Galecki is in, could others follow? Kaylee Cuoco, Penny, has recently wrapped up filming on The Flight Attendant Season 3 and has expressed in interviews that she'd be open to reprising Penny in a fun, totally different context. Jim Parsons, Sheldon, though famously moving on with young Sheldon and several voice projects, remains emotionally tied to the franchise. In a March interview, he called the show the gift that keeps giving, and not as far behind him as people think. Even Simon Helberg, Howard, and Kunal Nayyar, Raj, have been spotted together at several LA comedy clubs this year, raising speculation that something bigger might be brewing behind the scenes. Could Stuart Fails to Save the Universe become more than a spin-off? Could it be a soft sequel? What fans are saying. Online communities are buzzing. On Reddit, r Big Bang Theory saw a surge of new posts this week, with fan theories ranging from Stuart being a forgotten Time Lord to the entire show being an alternate dream sequence of Sheldon's Nobel acceptance speech. One popular theory: Stuart is the only being immune to multiversal collapse because of his chronic underachievement. As Redditor at Space Koala 42 put it, Stuart is like the cosmic Control-Z, nothing hinges on him, so he's perfect to anchor everything. Another user suggested the series might parody or pay homage to classic sci-fi tropes, with Stuart bumbling through various universes, encountering alternate versions of the original cast. Imagine Goth Penny, Evil Raj, or Surfer Sheldon. Final thoughts. The return of Nerdvana. It's still too early to say for sure whether Johnny Galecki, or any of the core Big Bang Theory cast, will appear in the spin-off. CBS is keeping a tight lid on the show, and the official trailer is weeks away. But one thing is clear. A single nostalgic post has rekindled interest in a universe many thought had closed its doors. Whether Stuart fails to save the universe as a bold reinvention or a quirky nostalgia trip, the potential for legacy cameos, clever sci-fi absurdity, and emotional payoff is immense. If Stuart Bloom is our unlikely hero, then maybe, just maybe, the universe is worth saving after all. Stay tuned for updates, exclusive interviews, and, hopefully, that trailer drop. The multiverse may be collapsing, but fandom, it's alive and well. Would you like me to format this as a blog post, screenplay teaser, or social media thread next?